Okay, this is On the Sunny Side of the Street. I'm going to play the first page and then talk about the somewhat difficult first repeat ending. And then I'll play the second page, but I'm not going to play page 3 and 4. I kind of want you to do those by yourself. Okay, let's take a listen. Just playing it again. Okay, so that little dribble, as I would like to call it, of playing through a bunch of changes quickly is easily done if you practice the left hand and keeping the beat. So if you're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we add just portions of this. So I'm going to add the first 4 notes of it after I hit the 10th. Now remember, if you're not hitting the 10th, just hit the bass note, it's fine. Because this G lands on this chord, so when I hit this, okay, and you could play up to the F if you want, but you need to squeeze this part quick before you hit the next chord. So your fingers are already ready. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 for the F. Your second finger should come up to the D flat and stay there. And you're going to play D flat, F, D flat, A. And you're just going to, like that. Don't try to play each note individually. Think of it as one big group that you're playing trying to get to this E. See that? And when you hit that E, that's when you hit the third chord. So I'm going to do it slow. Now the one thing about this, you should always practice when you get that measure down, back to the repeat. Otherwise you're going to create a pause right here. And then you're like, We don't want the song to pause, okay? So practice meshing in that final repeat measure with the return repeat on bar 2. Okay, so as you're practicing this, just keep a very steady beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure you've got an even beat. And add them in sections. So I'm going to add just that. Okay, again. And now I'm going to add. Now I'm going to add this, 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 and this, but I'm only going to play the right hand part that I've done. Again. Now that I've finished that, I can add the last portion of it, which is, but I'm going to do it slow. So hopefully you understand that's the way you practice. It's all about keeping this left hand moving, and the right hand has to keep up with it, if that makes sense. Okay, now the second repeat really doesn't have a lot of craziness in it. You're supposed to be hitting accents there. Triple it. Now the one thing about that last part I just played, these are supposed to be accented. And this chord. These are accented. This, even though it's a half, you can hit it and keep it down for the rest of the measure, or you can just hit it and go right to the E. But you're above this chord, this is the 4th bar, second measure. Above this chord there's an 8th rest. So you're not supposed to hold it for 2 or even a beat, just a half a beat before this one comes in. So it's See that? So I'm going to play that again. I'm going to start on the 4th bar down. Let's listen. So remember to look for your rests sometimes written above chords. Gives you a better indication of the actual rhythmic values of those notes. Even though it says half note, they're writing that because they want you to hold that maybe while you're playing these. But you don't have to. It sounds fine without holding it, but if you hold it, it just blends some other tones together while you're playing the other ones. I don't know. I think, to me, it's preference. Okay, that's the 2nd page. Now, the 3rd and 4th pages of this piece, I don't really want to give you because I want you to figure out something, man. So, hopefully that's enough information to get you rolling to finish the piece. But that first repeat ending, just build it slowly. You'll get it. For that one part that goes really fast, don't lift and strike everyone individually. Kind of hold your fingers there and roll your wrist more. You're just doing that. Okay? Alright. Hopefully that helps. See you next week.